Underwater aliens and living dinosaurs in Africa. Welcome to Soul Spy University, the spa for your soul, where you can find hours of research on anything interesting, consolidated and translated in our podcast for you conveniently. Today, we will be discussing U.S. Congressman claims of underwater aliens, as well as welcoming our guest, dinosaur research correspondent Timothy Donnell, to discuss how there have been dinosaurs living in Africa this whole time.
Howdy.
But first, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share so we can keep this going for you. There is a donation link in the description box in case anyone feels the call to help support or give back in any way. Just great for our souls to know that someone somewhere is listening. We invite you to check out our variety of playlists, including NDE interviews and many other things we've put together over the years that are timeless, as well as our Instagram, please find, and what I can provide for you currently still also in the description box. And we're just so glad to have you here. Okay, first, I just want to cover a little thing and you could jump in and then we'll jump in. So first, it's going to be underwater aliens. Then it's going to be the dinosaurs in Africa. U.S. Congressman Tim Burchett claims an admiral told him there are aliens in the oceans the sizes of football fields, going hundreds of miles an hour. Did you hear about this, Tommy?
I did. I really wish he would throw some names out, but you know how they are. He had said that he had a discussion in an alleyway, not an alleyway, but like a dark corner, basically, with an admiral saying that, yeah, we've been picking up things throughout the years, but like one of the things that we recently saw was this massive, like you said, it was the size of a football field, moving at hundreds of miles an hour through the water, which, if you know anything about, like, you know, how anything we have travels underwater, it's not close. He goes at most, I don't know, 50, 60 miles an hour. That's the tops.
Yeah.
So to see something that big traveling that fast.
Oh my God. That is fascinating. See, I heard it was when this guy was leaving his office, not in an alley, but that's what I heard. But this is fascinating considering how much the water takes up of the earth. And, you know, and I remember in our research of whistleblowers over the years, I remember somebody who worked for the government who was high up there on his deathbed finally saying to somebody something about the aliens. He had nothing left to lose. And he said, everyone's looking in the wrong direction. And the loved one he was speaking to said, what do you mean? And he goes, everyone's looking up, but they got to look down. So if you think about it, the ocean takes up most of that.
Yeah.
So the underground could be the ocean. We also heard underground, but go ahead.
We've only explored 5% of our ocean, and our ocean takes up, what is it, 85% of the earth?
Wow, is it? I thought 75, but maybe.
Whatever, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, of course. I mean, it makes all the sense in the world. I forgot who said it, but like if you think of other planets, there's liquid, like it's like, granted, it's not water, it's not something that we would be able to survive in, but so many planets have a liquid base, a liquid surface, like a completely, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying water, it's just, I'm saying it's a liquid. It could be whatever. So it stands to reason that they would have their things in our water, especially since we really can't manage our ocean. Like, it's like, I mean, our submarines, unless you have like a nuclear sub that can get really down there, most of the normal subs we have, you know, they can't handle the pressure. And especially, and since these things are traveling through space and everything with no issue, blah, 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 water's not going to stop them. Water's not going to slow them down.
Hmm. Wasn't there like, remember we learned about, there was like a, not a triangle, like something like a Bermuda Triangle where like planes kept crashing. And
Oh,
yeah,
yeah. It's a different, I forgot what it was called. I wish I remembered that one. But
yeah,
yeah, apparently Bermuda Triangle is not the only triangle in the ocean that's like really kill. It's by Japan, I believe.
okay.
Um, I forgot what it's called. Something with a dragon. Uh,
Yeah.
but yeah, hundreds of years, boats have been crashing down there. Like boats have been going down, planes have gone down over there as well. And there's so many areas in the ocean that I didn't notice until recently that you're not allowed to go near. You just,
Wow. Why?
you know, they throw out their stories like, oh, it's too dangerous. It's too
Hmm.
dangerous. The
Hmm.
wait, it's like, okay. I mean, planes are redirected from there, and I'm not just talking about the Bermuda Triangle. Uh, so they know something's going on, and like usual, they don't tell us.
Mm. Yeah. Well, we have a lot to cover. Um, like in general, guys, if you haven't seen already, we covered Dr. Greer's new movie called Bat Battle for Disclosure. We bought it, we watched it, so you don't have to. And there's a lot in there we're going to cover, or that we already did. So check it out. And a lot
Yeah,
regarding recent whistleblowers. And in our research, we realized there's actually a lot going on in the South Pole, which reminds me of what Tommy just said. I wonder if people are allowed in the South Pole because that ish is just off limits. Like we thought Antarctica was the thing. It's the South Pole, apparently. Um, so yeah, check out our other podcast because we will be discussing that.
actually,
Do you want to move on to the
in my ignorance, is this are Antarctica in the South Pole? Yeah, right.
Antarctica is
Alaska,
north?
Alaska's in the north,
Oh,
so
Antarctica's in the South Pole?
I think Antarctica is the South. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
I always assumed it was north.
no, that's Alaska.
Alaska's a state.
Yeah, it also it's the most southern part of northern part of the world, I believe.
Alaska? No, Antarctica, I think.
It can no, people
Comments. Everybody comments.
please comment in
Yeah.
this to help us with our ignorance in this. I'm almost certain I'm right here, but I could be wrong, and I
You
don't think I
know,
am.
guys, I've lived a lot of life and not as much as Tommy, but I lived a lot of life that I don't know basic things like that. So you guys got to let me know what's going on.
Yeah. Um.
Both of us.
Yeah. Let us
You
know.
let us know. Help us out. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh, what I forgot to before we move on. Where's
Okay. Yeah,
yeah, apparently something that the guy also said was that their submarines have been picking up like crazy blips.
yeah.
Their radars have been picking up crazy stuff, but they don't tell anybody about it for many years.
Really?
And they just keep saying their same old shtick where it's like, we don't see nothing. There ain't nothing here. That's a fish.
Ooh. Remember the
Like,
mermaid documentary? Remember that?
no. When did we watch a mermaid
And not
documentary?
you just didn't watch it in general in life. How did you not watch that?
The one with she wants to be a human and
No,
she's
like an
coding.
actual documentary, not the Disney movie.
I don't think I've ever watched a mermaid documentary.
You are missing out, buddy. I don't know where you were.
I don't think I am. I think I'm fine.
Oh, oh, oh.
I saw a Little Mermaid. I'm good.
Huh?
I saw a Little Mermaid. All right.
Okay.
I've
You are
watched
now on a
I've
whole
watched
wing of
unfortunately
development.
I've watched Aquaman. So I'm guessing I know everything.
This is nothing compared to Aquaman. Um, if you guys hear background, it's the South. Ah, Picture
A
like
lot of
Yosemite Sam.
a lot of quote unquote fireworks going on now here.
A
And
lot
it's duck
of
hunting
not
season. You know.
supervision. Uh, those crazy kids. Okay, anyway. So
Okay.
okay, so back to okay, so now are we going to dinosaurs in Africa yet?
Yeah, let's do some dinosaurs.
I'm into the dinosaurs and I actually want to tell you after you tell me about the dinosaurs about something Joe Rogan said. Um, so yeah, here with us today we have to welcome dino expert Timothy Donnell. Uh, Timothy, oh Timothy, thank you for joining. Oh, 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 oh. Well, what have you discovered about the dinosaurs, Timothy?
Well, apparently,
Hmm, hmm,
this is a well-known fact when if you live in the Congo.
hmm,
Uh, in the Congo,
hmm.
the Congo River Basin, there's been the tribes there. There's quite a few tribes there, and they've been telling stories for many years. This creature called Mokele Mbembe.
Guys, just so you know, while he's talking, I'm going to provide a picture. Go ahead, Tommy. Keep talking.
Okay,
Tommy.
they call it the one who stops the flow of the rivers.
Okay, guys, check out this picture as he's speaking. It's on my phone. Whoa, that is real. All right, keep going, Tommy.
So they basically they say it has like almost like the body of a hippo. Some say that, and it has a very long neck. And it's like I'm not sure what that dinosaur's called, like Diplosaurus or something like that. I don't know. I've never been a dinosaur guy, but they say yeah, they've seen it. Everybody, like so many people have seen this thing, and it's not like it's the same tribe that you know. Oh, it's this different tribes that don't interact or are at war with each other or anything like that. They all agree. Like they say the same thing. It's like, yeah, I'm saying this wrong. I'm butchering it, but Mokelel Mbembe. Sorry, guys. Um, but yeah, it is. It's also, it's considered to be a herbivore, so it eats plants. But if you get too close, it does get aggressive, like a
Oh,
hippo.
God.
Yeah, I mean, it hasn't attacked anybody, but it'll like growl and kind of like stamp a little bit. So it's
So it's a
it,
dinosaur that doesn't attack?
Well, I mean, there's dinosaurs. There were dinosaurs that were, like they were plant eaters. They weren't trying to kill anybody. But just like a freaking elephant or a hippo, if you get too close to them or you get too close to their home, they're gonna defend it.
Dude, this thing is huge.
Well, that's the thing. It has been said that it varies in size. Some people say it's 30 feet. I mean, I'm sorry, 20 feet, which is still pretty big. And then some people say they've seen it up to like 50 feet, which is huge. Um, and if you know anything about the Congo River Basin, the Congo River Basin is massive, massive. So stands to reason there's a chance, people, that there's a lot of different things there that we've never seen. I mean, there's all kinds of extinct animals that we thought were extinct, and then comes to find out, like, oh wait, no, there's one there. Like recently, wasn't the dodo bird? Like they found a dodo bird just randomly somewhere. And
It
they're
was
like,
probably just
oh,
me. Dude, also, remember last year, earlier, we listened to a psychic that was like, around October, there's going to be species that people thought were extinct that are going to be discovered. Also, species that are supposed to be small that are big, and big that are small, things like that. Well, I think,
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
huh?
I forgot about that.
So I think this came out around then, like things came out around then, and now we're just hearing about it. It's just interesting. But what's also interesting is Joe Rogan mentioned something. He mentioned, so he was pissed because Joy Behar on The View got his perspective wrong and basically said, oh, he believes in dragons. But what he was saying was dragons back then were probably like alligators or something that like apparently an alligator, which is weird. We should know this because we live in the South, but basically they can live like 500 years or something. Um, and that
A long time ago.
I guess, and that like apparently back then, because they didn't have like an enemy or something, they'll just keep growing. So basically, that he's like, if you think about a really big alligator, it's probably looking like what they were drawing that we perceive as dragons now. But my thing is, what do you mean it keeps growing? Like, what do you mean it keeps growing? Like, that would mean that it would keep growing now, right? Like, why would we not have huge alligators right now then, right?
Oh, people hunt them.
But
It's like alligator season. You can hunt alligators. There's a whole show on it.
oh, so that's why they're not living that long?
I would guess. I mean, like every once in a while, you see people get an alligator that's like obscenely huge, like freaking bigger than two cars together.
Really?
Yeah, alligators get big, man.
See, I didn't know that. That's fascinating.
See, I understand the whole alligator thing, maybe from the back then, but the thing is, like all these people drew like the same freaking thing. Like people from 100 years prior to this, like let's say a thousand, let's say, well, I'm sorry, let's say 800 years ago,
Hmm.
drew like this or that, and then all of a sudden, like 200 years later, they're like drawing the same thing, but not from them or whatever. Like in different parts of the world, people are drawing things that, if you look, they're all the same, like winged dragons, winged
I like the
lizards.
wings. I like the wings, huh?
Yeah, so people like civilizations that weren't even close to each other are drawing basically the same thing, and you're
That's
telling me there's a fucking alligator, freaking alligators? Sorry, guys.
you're good. That's
So,
interesting.
so I mean, there's a lot in our past that I don't think we're being told, basically.
Yeah. And now that I think about it, this one that you just discovered, thank you, Timothy Donnell.
Thank
Um,
you.
yeah, like that seems like a dinosaur to me. That seems like more a dragon than even an alligator, you know?
Yeah,
Like if
because how is it that literally every single one of them died? Like one of them couldn't have been under a rock and be like, "Whew, I made it."
yeah, wait, that is interesting. So you think so what's your theory on it? That dragons existed?
I don't know. I mean, I've seen some archaeologists find weird reptiles, and they're like, "Oh, it's a dinosaur." And it's like that kind of looked like a dragon. That looked like a dragon's bones, like the neck, the head. I mean, it could have been a dinosaur, but and if it wasn't a dragon per se, let's say it didn't fly, then spit fire and all that nonsense, then it could have been a dinosaur that was alive still, that we were supposed to think that died, during the Jurassic era, and it clearly didn't until it was killed by humans or whatever.
Why why do you think that it didn't and it was killed by humans?
Oh, because we kill everything.
You think we
Every
killed the dinosaur? We didn't
No,
kill.
well, if there was a living dinosaur, I doubt it was the size of what it was, because we basically took over this world and demolished whatever we could. So it didn't have the food sources. And if you look at things from back then. Like look at a dragonfly in the Jurassic era. It was massive. Now a dragonfly is like this big. So they got smaller and smaller and smaller
Yeah.
until they were manageable to be killed by a bunch of guys with arrows, with bows.
Wow. That's amazing.
That's my thought. I could be wrong. I'm probably not. But
Dragonflies were really big back then.
yeah, man, they were huge, huge.
Yeah. I mean,
And
here's the thing. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and crocodiles were alive back then. Alligators and all that were alive back then, and they were way bigger, way
If
bigger.
if the dinosaurs existed and those flying ones existed, those I think they're pterodactyls. Um,
Hmm.
that's what I call the bugs down here, by the way, that fly. But anyway, if dinosaurs existed back then and they were that big, and pterodactyls existed back then, it wouldn't be inconceivable for a dragon to exist. It's literally a hybrid of the two. Why not?
Well, it's not a hybrid. I mean, pterodactyl was a dinosaur, but
What I just explained. If a big
yeah,
dinosaur exists and a
yeah, yeah.
pterodactyl exists, a hybrid of the two could be a dragon. What do you mean one's a dinosaur? They're both dinosaurs.
But here's what I don't. Yeah, you're most likely you're right, except for the maybe breathing fire. That part doesn't really. I don't understand how that would work. But yeah, yeah, you're right. So but I wouldn't see why they would cover that up unless it was still a thing up until a certain point in history where they're like, dragons. No,
But
no.
yeah, why would they cover that up?
But why would they? I don't understand. If they don't cover up the dinosaurs, why would they cover that up?
Yeah,
That
why?
doesn't make sense.
Why do you think
Unless
they are?
unless there's something that we really don't know, like magic exists, and the dragons were like, "Oh, hello, humans. Yes, I am your master." It's like, "Oh no!" And they all attack them and kill them. They didn't want anybody knowing that.
You know, what's interesting about that is I always was like, there's like a freaking dinosaur living with us now, right? Like literally with us. I'm like, why is nobody talking about the rhinoceros? That's a freaking dinosaur. And nobody's like, wow, dinosaur. It even says saurus. There's a horn sticking out of the middle of its face. It's a dinosaur.
I think it's a mammal.
Mammal? It's a
Yeah.
hippo. That's a dinosaur. It's a hippo dinosaur hybrid. I bet that wasn't even natural. Mm.
Well, it doesn't lay eggs, so it's not a reptile.
Wait, so
Uh,
dinosaurs laid eggs. Okay.
yeah, dinosaurs laid eggs. They were reptiles that were that big.
You know what's interesting about that? Okay, so the first time you and I hung out, still though, we actually spoke about this. Wasn't it a thing that like people thought dinosaurs, had feathers or something?
They didn't realize that they didn't have feathers. They thought that they were like just, um they thought it was just all scales, but then they found out that like the actual like T-Rexes and whatnot, they had feathers too.
Mm-hmm.
So
T-Rexes had feathers.
I think I could be wrong. Like I'm not sure if it's the T-Rex specifically, but like a lot of dinosaurs they found had feathers. That's
That's
why they
amazing. Do you know how different they look now to us?
yeah, well, that's why they say that the closest thing to a dinosaur now is birds.
Maybe they were just giant birds.
Maybe. So the T-Rex was just a giant chicken.
That's huge, though. That's
Well, I
huge.
mean,
And there's the dragons.
I really there's so much we don't know. There's so much like history
It's
that
just a
we can't.
giant chicken that got burnt and is pissed. So it's like, here's fire. Here's fire.
Like here's the thing.
I don't know if my
Like
theory.
people back then, I wish that people kept records better. I wish people like I understand.
Are you saying
obviously.
that the sketches on the caves with fingers aren't enough for you, Timothy?
No, unfortunately, they're not. I'm like, come on, people, take
Those
it to our
aren't
class.
legit records.
It's like people don't know English. Like, come
I
on.
mean, I can't even print something now. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So one more thing,
Mm-mm.
a dinosaur type fish that they thought was also extinct because it's a dinosaur. The
Dinosaurs.
Colacanteo, I don't know, whatever the hell it's called. Yeah, they found it in the ocean. It's still alive.
A dinosaur fish.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. Should I get a picture of this?
you could try. It's
Oh,
Coelacant. I think that's an E. I wrote pretty
hang on
fast.
1 second. Okay, got it. It just looks like a regular ass fish to me.
Yeah, well, they thought it was extinct, and now they know that it's not.
All right, so it's not a dinosaur.
It's supposedly a dinosaur that lived during the dinosaur era.
This is a dinosaur. It's a fish.
Dinosaur fish, a Jurassic era animal. So it was a fish.
It looks like a rapper.
Okay, so they found that in the ocean.
They found that.
Yeah.
I hope you have great dreams. All right, guys. And we're going to wrap it up unless you have more to add, Timothy.
Hey, guys. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. William J. Gibbons. He has a YouTube crypto hunter or crypto hunt, and he's written a bunch of books about cryptids and all kinds of other stuff. Anyway, he's this was a couple years ago. I don't know if he actually pulled it off or not, but he accumulated a bunch of money to do a expedition into the Congo to actually see if he could find the Mokelo, whatever, Mokalo, whatever. I can't pronounce it, people. Sorry.
Okay. And how'd that go?
He's dead. No,
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I do not know. I don't think he was able to do it because he started planning it during COVID, and I don't believe he followed through yet. And I also don't think he got all the funding necessary to do so. But he wants to do it. Like he's trying his best. He's collecting as much as he can, and he's trying to get a bunch of professionals to come with him, so that because the Congo is not exactly the safest place, not just because of all the dangers of the reptiles and the scorpions and the spiders and you know getting lost, the crocodiles,
What's his
so on, so on.
what's his YouTube channel? Is it Mudnag?
Crypto
Uh,
hunt.
no, I don't know. Interesting though.
Anyway, so yeah, Congo's really dangerous. Also, tribes fight each other left and right, and there's a lot of militia going around doing shenanigans. So he has to really find like good people to go with him because there's a good chance he'll get killed.
What militia? From what country?
From the Congo.
Okay.
So anyway,
Oh, so they're like
uh,
protecting the Congo? Is that what's going on?
they're not protecting anything. They're trying to. They're like a mob. They're like a gang. They're gangs. They're multiple gangs, all trying to do something. A bunch of people with guns. They're like, "Oh, give me your stuff," or "You're not supposed to be in this area." Blah 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 blah. Stuff like that.
Dinosaur gang?
No, they're not a dinosaur gang. They're a gang.
Well, then what are they?
Guys, just dudes with guns.
Oh, like where I'm from, Mount Vernon?
Yes, but bigger guns.
Okay.
So anyway,
Yeah.
so I don't know if he pulled it off yet. I gotta actually look into that, but I
Yeah.
don't think he was able to. But the guy's pretty cool. Check out you guys could check his channel out too. It's called Crypto Hunt. It's not a huge channel, but it's the The guy shows a bunch of different cryptids. He wrote a bunch of different books.
That's
Cool guy.
interesting. I like that. All right, guys. Let's that's a great thing that you discovered, Tommy, because we will cover more in cryptids then.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Well, guys, I hope you stay tuned for our other videos. They're going to be way juicier, and also many playlists. And we covered many cryptids in those as well, especially our Halloween ones. So check them out, and please subscribe so that you could find us ever again. Because I don't know how you found us right now. I'm just going to be honest. And
Yeah, hold on. Thanks for finding us.
thank you if you have. Please subscribe because you'll never find us again. Just letting you know. And find us on Instagram, please. We're very small on these things. Okay, algorithm isn't like favoring us. Say it.
We're appreciative though. So thank
Very
you for
appreciative. Very appreciative. All right, we love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. You mean the world to us.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. Bye.